Hey guys, Coach Todd here. This video today is on something that I get asked all the time, and as you can see from my very artistic drawing here in bubble lettering, fruit and fat loss. Now, fruit, when you're on a fat shredder diet, it's sort of a double-edged sword. You don't want to go out and say, you can't have any fruit because it has a ton of sugar, but at the same time, it is good for you, and you should have fruit in your diet. But you also don't want to overindulge in fruits when you're on a fat shredder diet because, let's face it, fruit is sugar. And your body metabolizes the sugar in fruit the same way it would metabolize fruit from a candy bar. Now here's my disclaimer. I am not telling you that it's okay to switch fruit from your diet for candy bars because Coach Todd said that they both have the same kind of sugar. No, that is not what I'm saying. Fruit has a lot more micronutrients in it that you're not going to get in the candy bar. It also doesn't have all the fat, all the, the processed chemicals and stuff. So I am not saying that. Don't even try to pin that on me. It's like, well, honey, Todd said we don't have to buy apples anymore because Snickers bars will work just as well. No. Nice try. But with fruit and fat loss, like I said, it's a double-edged sword. It is good for you. You do want to incorporate fruits into your diet. But at the same time, you don't want to overindulge because those sugars are carbohydrates. They're simple carbohydrates, in fact. And if you get too much of that, your blood sugar will spike. And with that, they're simple carbohydrates, so you absorb them very quickly, and then you come down very quickly off of that. So your blood sugar can actually fall very quickly. But the fiber in fruit usually helps level that out. So that's one of the micronutrients in fruits and vegetables that you're not getting in the candy bar. So, but the basic thing is that fruit is sugar. It's plain and simple, and it's going to act that way in your diet. And I get asked all the time, how much sugar should I be getting? I don't know the exact number on how much sugar you should be eating in your diet, but I do know that it should come from natural sources, meaning fruits, vegetables, dairy. Be careful on dairy because they do add sugar to dairy sometimes, so just watch that because the dairy or the sugar content can get kind of high on some dairy things, especially like even skim milk. There was 11 grams of sugar in 1 cup of skim milk, and I stopped drinking milk. The only dairy I have now is a cup of Greek yogurt a day. But also, when you're thinking about trying to lose fat, you're on a fat shredder diet, incorporating fruit. When I was on my 1900 calorie diet, if you want to check that out, that's a 7-day example of exactly what I ate for every single meal for 7 days straight during my fat shredder phase. You can check that out in the Nutrition Zone tab at the top of my website, rippedclub.net. But when I was doing my fat shredder diet, I would only eat 1 serving of fruit a day, and usually I mix that in with my Shakeology, and that was a banana. So that just goes to show you, that'll give you an example of really how much fruit you can expect to be eating on a fat shredder diet. It is about 1 serving, maybe 2 servings a day when you're on a fat shredder diet, because you only have, you're already at a calorie deficit, and on top of that, you have a high protein intake. 50% of your calories are coming from protein, 30% from carbohydrates, and 20% from fat. On 1900 calories, I'm only allowed 142 carbs a day, and a banana, that's 26 of them. And, with everything else I'm eating throughout the day, I really got to watch my intake of carbohydrates and make sure they're more complex carbohydrates that are going to keep my blood sugar level and, leave me feeling satisfied and full. So I want things like brown rice or a whole wheat English muffin with breakfast or something like that, or vegetables, even better. So that's what I recommend, is about 1 serving a day of fruit. Make sure if you're getting sugar intake, don't worry about the numbers, just make sure it's coming from natural sources. But the bottom line with fruit and fat loss is that you still need to track everything you eat. If it doesn't fit in your macros, then you shouldn't be eating it. You should be planning your nutrition the night before and saying, okay, if I have 2 apples today, or an apple and a banana, I'm not going to be able to have this piece of whole wheat bread for lunch. So you can do that if you plan ahead and plan to eat 2 servings, 3 servings of fruit. You just have to make sure it fits in your macros, and that's how you reach your goal. And fruit can really work against you if you're not paying attention. If you're just thinking, you know, I'm just going to eat a ton of fruit because it's good for you. Well, it might be good for you, but it's not going to help you reach your goal. And if your goal is fat loss, if your goal is extreme results, you really need to watch your fruit intake, because it will not help you get any closer to your goal, even though the fruits are awesome for you. But that's why I drink Shakeology, because it has like 9 servings of fruits and vegetables in it, in a glass of chocolate goodness that I mix with peanut butter and banana. So I just get it there and I'm good to go. So I hope this video was helpful. Hopefully it gave you a better understanding of how fruit plays into your diet when you're on a fat shredder plan, how it can really affect your results. If you have any questions, just go ahead and leave them in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up, and I will see you guys on the next video. Love ya. See ya.